Next in line, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin. Then it's Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr. They all stay bunched up and now go 3 wide into 1.
Chevy, Ford, Toyota occupying the top 3 spots. Harvick Chevrolet setting the pace off turn 2. Fighting to the outside of Joey Logano. He wants to lead back. Joey Logano out in front by a nose down the backstretch. Harvick door to door, side by side. Now Harvick down at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll get a car length ahead of Logano. And now Logano under attack from Kenseth.
Kenseth looks low. He's digging hard in the 3rd spot. Then it's Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., Casey Kane. Then side by side, Edwards and Newman.
Like Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth started deep in the field. This is the best running position. Back in about the 10th spot. 3 wide off turn 2. Clint Boyer on the bottom. It was David Reagan in the middle. And Jamie McMurray up top side in front. And they scored it out. You got to go back to about the 7th spot here to find Carl Edwards battling side by side with Ryan Newman. Edwards will take that spot now. And Jeff Gordon trying to move up one more.
But you go back there around 15th, it's getting really interesting. David Reagan outside of Martin Truex Jr., Allmendinger, and Casey Mears 3 wide along the front stretch.
Reagan will lead that contingent into turn number 1, but he drifts up the banking and opens the inside. Martin Truex just slipped by him and almost spins off the corner, but keeps his foot on the throttle. He'll now go to work on Clint Boyer. Jeff Gordon's on the move. He just picked up another spot as he's bearing down on Carl Edwards now. That's about the race for about around the 10th spot or so. Gordon right down at the bottom of the racetrack.
Gordon running 8th, trying to reel in Edwards for the 7th position. And just behind him, Newman now falling back to Brad Keselowski and Jamie McMurray.
So the first battle for position side by side is that McMurray machine. Right now, Jamie rides in 10th. He's about to give that spot up, so as Brad Keselowski huckles to his outside, and Jimmy Johnson will join that 10. I'm getting ready to say Keselowski doesn't have a choice. He's got to go because here comes Jimmy Johnson. He'll go to the top side of the racetrack and try to get closer to the number 2 Ford off of turn 4.
By the way, NASCAR race director David Hoots has just told the teams, you have received your allotment of tires. It's up to you to manage them. So the tire store is closed here, Mark, and this is a track that eats them up like Pez candy.
I know that the teams said that they had to have one set saved at the end of the race because even if there was a green, white, checkered flag finish, they were going to come for tires. At least that's what Joey Logano's crew chief told me. And so whatever they've got left, they're going to use and save one in case they need it.
All right now across the stripe, it's Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, Hamlin, Dale Earnhardt Jr., your top 5. Let's pick up David Reagan back here. Looks like he is going to be battling with Clint Boyer for another spot on the racetrack in 13th.
Reagan got some chassis adjustments on the last stop, but he's been struggling the last few laps. He'll go to the bottom of the racetrack to try to get around Clint Boyer, and joining that pair is the machine of Martin Truex Jr. David Reagan got a little bit loose off of turn 2. That opened up the door for the number 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Now working to the outside of that number 18 car. Truex also gets a little loose, but he'll get the spot.
He's 14th. Reagan now in the M&M's Toyota back into the 15th position. So far, though, Rob Albright, David Reagan very respectable today, filling in for Kyle Busch.
He's been extremely racy. He was as high as the top 6 or 7 at one point. He's settled back into about the 15th spot. The car's still good, and I wouldn't count him out for top 10 finish this afternoon.
And that answers the question from Toxic Monkey 88 to our Twitter account saying, what do we think that David Reagan's doing today, and how do we feel about his performance? Pretty solid so far. Not